Gravity with a huge upset over TSM. I'm joined by Saintvicious as he's about to board the shuttle.
Why is it got to be upset?
Well, people, I think, would have not predicted you guys to take out the IM World Championship winners because they are first place and you guys are not, etc. You expected this, apparently.
To be honest, yeah. Like, we kind of knew what they were going to ban and pick, and the moment they banned, like, Hecarim or whatever, we're like, oh, they're going to pick Zed. They're, like, walking right into it. We had Urgot ready to counter it, and, yeah, they just fell for the cheese.
Yeah. I felt as though there was a pretty decent chance they might lose today, too, but mostly because you guys had extra time to scrim and practice and all that kind of thing. Do you think that there was an element of that at all, or do you think they were in their true form when you beat them?
They said they were like jet lag. I know they just came back from Poland, and I'm sure like they got sick or something. Like I got really sick when I went to Poland. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like everybody who came back got really sick. So I don't think they were like playing up to their. They were maybe like 80 or 90%, I'd say. But I'd say they really fell out in the ban pick phase. Like I don't care how good you're playing. If you pick an all AD team comp into that team comp that we had, you have to be playing like a god, and we have to be playing terrible for you to win. Like how are you gonna kill 400 armor? You know.
Well, let's talk about Urgot. You called that the cheese pick. Do you think that means this is a one-time thing? We're going to see Urgot come out, and it's not like this is heralding like a new era of Urgot mids?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, in Reddit, there was a post that said Urgot has a higher win rate than LeBlanc, so okay. Just saying. Yeah.
So that makes me feel as though we're going to see more Urgot.
You know what's so funny is, all right, remember when we played Victor? Yeah. The night before, you know, GE Tigers played Victor, and then we came and they played like, wow, they're just like copying GE Tigers in Korea. Like, there's such a bunch of pieces of crap. Yeah. And then like I was like, Keane, what are you gonna do if GE Tigers picks Urgot in this game? And like we go into it tomorrow and they played. He's like, I'm just gonna quit and play MapleStory. He's like, screw this game. Like,
yeah. Let's talk about MapleStory, because when I was asking some of your teammates earlier about what they were doing to practice this week, they said they probably played about 300 hours of MapleStory going into this. Do you think that that's a secret tech?
To be honest, like I think this happens to a lot of teams. They progress to the end of the split where they start playing a lot less solo queue, and they mainly focus on scrims and watching film, and then like in the meantime you just do whatever you want to do. And that's just because like every time you step foot in solo queue, you almost have to relearn the game, because you're programmed like this is our like what we're gonna do in this game. Like we have all the team play and the map movements and everything. You get into solo queue and it's like, I did my second camp and all my team's dead. Or something like the most ridiculous stuff happens and nobody listens and everybody does what they want to do. So I think stepping away from the solo queue environment and focusing on the team environment is really important.
What about those ranked 5s? We've seen CLG doing ranked 5s lately.
No.
No? Not so much? Just MapleStory? What are you doing? Because you're not playing MapleStory.
I was playing Ori of the Blind Forest, and I also played Hotline Miami too. Nice. It's pretty fun. And I just like watch a lot of film too.
A lot of film?
Yeah, like game videos, matches and things like LPL, LCK, all that stuff.
Do you call that watching a lot of film?
Well, yeah, it's like the same thing as they call it in regular sports. They call watching film.
See, I'm just a nerd. I don't know anything about traditional sports.
Oh. Well, I mean, we like interviewed Chris Cluey like a year ago, and you know my show, and then that's what he called it. I was like, oh, yeah. Well, watching film's pretty important. I guess that's what like good people do, so I'll do it too.
Sounds good. Now, what do you think TSM? There's TSM CLG game tomorrow. TSM took it last time. Do you think CLG will be able to take it since TSM's sick and kind of out of it?
I don't know. I think it could go either way. I'd personally give it to CLG right now, just judging by what I've heard from TSM, and like they do seem kind of out of it. Yeah. We like played CLG a little bit, and they still like look like the same team they've always been. But it's like hard to tell, because like us as a team's getting a lot better, especially in scrims, and it's carrying over to LCS now. So we're like, are we getting better, or like the team's getting worse? So like we don't even know what the heck's going on. Right. So it's hard to gauge.
I was gonna say that because I kind of feel like the story of this split, it started off and it was like TSM and CLG, and then everybody else is kind of just figuring stuff out and kind of losing. And now we've seen, especially you and Team Impulse, start to rise up a lot. Do you think, is that just like you guys getting used to playing together on stage, or like are you guys truly, is there no longer, like in the past it's often been like top 4, bottom 4 and the kind of thing, and now it seems like we kind of have this even spread. Do you think that's fair?
I mean, I think it can be shuffled up a little bit more, but I think for us personally, our team, like we have a lot of players that are new to LCS, and even myself, like I think I'm really trying to step up as much as I can as a shot caller, and then also with that, I need to make sure that everybody understands like what they need to do in the game. Yeah. And like I feel like everybody's stepping up and everybody's pitching in. Like Bunny's calling like rotations and stuff like that. Like Hunters understands what he needs to do. Keane's like tower diving mid and dying. Yeah. It's like Yeah, I feel like everybody's really confident. They actually, because we've been doing it, 8 weeks straight.
Right.
People, you do something 8 weeks straight, you're gonna kind of like, oh, I figured it out now. So I think everybody's starting to figure it out.
Talking to you is interesting because I feel like at the start of the split, like when you got in and at the start of the split, you're like, I don't even know, dude. Like, I'm going to play League of Legends. Like, it might be okay.
I'd still like that.
Yeah.
I'd still like that.
Well, you say you're stepping up. I kind of feel like you're getting more into it.
Just because I'm apathetic doesn't mean I don't try my hardest.
Okay.
And anything I do in life, I will always try my hardest, and I'll make damn sure that I do like the best I can at it.
But you don't care much when you're trying your
If
hardest.
we lost a TSM today, I wouldn't care.
Okay.
But I am happy that we won.
Okay. Nice.
All right.
I like. Would you consider getting a pair of sunglasses like that?
The cop's a baby back bitch.
Yeah.
Look at him wearing his gift basket sweater when it's 90 degrees out, eating beef jerky. He probably wet himself.
Yeah.
Is that spaghetti out of your pants? No. We have the a fill-in coach because LS is in Korea, and it's just some random friend of ours. And we're like, what if just he had spaghetti falling out of his pockets in the middle of the stage, and he just slipped on it and bust his ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Do you think that's the secret tech?
Maybe next week we'll have the spaghetti.
He'll do that whenever he goes to handshake or whatever. The other coach just.
Spaghetti will fall, shake, and it's what? Just fucking kill himself.
Nice.
Right.
Do you know the origin story behind that spaghetti thing?
I don't know. He's just a silly guy. We just thought it'd be great if he just started stealing the food from the cafeteria and putting it in his pockets.
Who do you think is better right now? You guys are Team Impulse? Because I feel like you guys are jostling to be that team that's escaping and heading up to the top.
We scrimmed them a lot in the last 2 weeks. And in scrims, it's we do really well against them, but it's so hard to tell because Zhao trolls scrims so unbelievable. It's you can't even take it serious. He's damn it, Zhao, what are you doing? So it's hard to tell who's better or worse. I mean, yeah, they 2-0'd in the LCS, but I felt those were terrible games on our part. Granted, they played pretty decent, but I feel we go head to head with them right now.
When you say he trolls so hard, is it him picking random stuff, or is it him just going super aggressive and getting himself killed?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just what do you? And then Keane pulls out the Urgot or whatever, and
Keane
it's
trolls too, dude. He trolls. Keane just randomly picks something. I'm all right, Keane, whatever. I don't give a crap. Pick it. Play what your heart desires, friend.
All right. Well, I feel you guys have your team sort of wrapping up and getting ready to go on the shuttle, so maybe we should wrap up.
Travis.
Yeah, you have to leave me. All the way out to San Dimas. What's that commute like?
It's an hour. It's so funny. Yeah, we got that van. That van's got some shocks. It's like a Jurassic Park ride. You're bouncing all over the place, flying around the van. Nice. It's pretty intense.
You'd wear a seatbelt. TSM doesn't want to do that, but
doesn't do crap, dude. This thing's got some mad shocks. You can't see it. It's hidden under there, but that thing's got B suspension. Yeah. Yeah. All right, anyways.
We'll leave it with that. You have anything you want to say?
Thanks to all the fans, and I'm glad everybody who's been with us through the whole way, and see you guys next week.
You can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports at ongamers.com.
All right, I'm out. Bye-bye.